Hey fitness instructor, my name is Jessica, and if we haven't met yet, I want to take just a few minutes to share a little bit about who I am, who I help, and why this work means so much to me. I'm a business coach for high-achieving group fitness instructors, coaches, and personal trainers who are obsessed with teaching and are starting to wonder if this passion can actually pay the bills. And while you love what you do, it doesn't seem to pay enough. Now, before I was a business coach, I was you. I have been dancing for over 30 years. I've been teaching for over 20, and it wasn't until very recently that I was able to make real money. And it was not what I expected it would be. But it's also something that's very, very doable. It's just that so few instructors know what to do and how to do it, which is why I'm so passionate about spreading the word about what this is. Let me back up just a second. I have a bachelor in dance and a bachelor in business. So from very early on, I thought that these things had to be separate. Either you have a boring job to pay the bills, or you do what you love, which makes you happy, but doesn't pay the bills. When I met my gorgeous husband, it was love at first sight. We quickly had a bunch of kids, and we moved from Ciudad Juarez, Mexico to Dallas, Texas. And even with a baby in my belly, I was still dancing. Before the baby, I was teaching ballet classes, jazz classes, hip hop classes, classes to kids, to teens, quinceañeras. I was choreographing. I was teaching fitness to adults. By the time I had babies, I had teach full classes, small classes, private classes, indoor classes, outdoor classes, free classes, by donation classes, charge a fee with my classes, online classes. I taught a lot of classes. Maybe this is you. Maybe you started teaching one format and then you got obsessed and you started teaching 17 classes of that same format. Or you went into teaching a whole bunch of formats because you just got addicted to all of this. It's a fun thing to do. However, my husband kept asking this one very annoying question. When are you getting a real job? Thing is, teaching classes made me happy, but it wasn't making us a lot of money. The bigger question was, how are we going to afford college for 3 kids with one income? His income. Because my fitness income wasn't cutting it. It didn't even classify as income. I had no money. So that's when I started paying attention. And maybe this is you. You started out teaching because it was fun, but there came a moment where there was a turning point. Either you continued doing it for fun, or you figured out a way to make real money. So for me, it was after baby number 3. That was the turning point. So first thing I did was teach more classes. I got certified in a lot more formats so that I could teach at a lot more places so that I could teach a lot more classes. Yes, I made a little bit more money, but not enough money. Not this is my real job type money. So the next thing I did was try to grow my classes. This is when I realized that I was good at teaching my classes, not so much at promoting my classes. Let me know if you relate. So I had to learn how to grow my classes and how to do effective marketing and how to do marketing the right way. And it worked. This took a minute, but I finally cracked the code on Facebook and I was able to double my classes, triple my classes without changing anything about my classes. But it was still not enough. So then I tried selling something. I started selling skincare, which had no inventory. You made all the orders online, which I thought was super cool. And this is when I learned that marketing is not the same as selling. And even though I was good at promoting, I was not good at selling. Anybody else had these aha moments? Now, at this point, I have a full schedule. I have packed classes. I'm selling products and my Facebook is on fire, and it still wasn't enough. That's when I had to decide what to do next. Do I keep teaching classes just for fun? Or do I go beyond the class model and find a more profitable solution, but that still involves doing fitness because that's my passion and that's what I love? This is when I started realizing that to make real money as a fitness instructor, it actually isn't about teaching more classes or growing your classes or selling random stuff or raising your prices or even marketing and promoting. All of those things would give me extra cash, which is fine for many instructors, but I wasn't looking for extra cash. I needed college for 3 kids, pay off my credit card, home repairs. This is my real job, boss kind of money. Teaching some extra classes or getting more students or selling something on the side would make me maybe $500 extra on a good month. I needed $10,000 just to get started because what I really needed was a full-time income. So I realized that if I wanted that type of income, then I needed to shift my mindset and shift my approach. So I did. When I finally focused on monetizing my skills rather than monetizing my time, that's when I made my first $1,500 without adding a single class. That turned into $10,000 without teaching more classes, without adding more formats, and without growing my classes, which then turned into $42,000 in 1 year, all without driving. I've made over $150,000 doing this, and I only teach 2 Zumba classes a week at a gym. And it's crazy because now I make more than my mom, who's a full-time high school teacher, and I do this part-time from home with a very flexible schedule. That type of boss money has helped me make college fund deposits for 2 out of my 3 kids, buy a new fridge when it broke, replace the floors that the fridge ruined, get a new washer and dryer when those gave out, pay the cell phone bill for my whole entire family, except the little one, eat more sushi, drink more wine, book 3-hour spa days. I even got designer shoes that I've never had because I never had this kind of boss money. And none of this came from doing more classes or having more formats or getting more students. It came from finally learning how to make boss money using the skills that I had accumulated by teaching those classes. And what's crazy about this model is that I had no idea how to get started, but I did. I had no idea what to do, but I learned. So this is all very learnable. You just need to know what it is, how to do it, and make it happen. I mean, think about it. What will you do if you could make an extra $1,000 without changing anything about your schedule? What if you had an extra $10,000 and you didn't have to teach more classes? Would you pay off a credit card? Would you pay off some medical bills? Would you travel with your husband? Would you travel with your family? Would you fix your house? Would it go towards your kids for their extracurricular activities? Or maybe they're competing in sports and they travel a lot for competitions. Would it go towards that? What would you do if you could make an extra $10,000 without changing your schedule? In fact, you can make an extra $10,000 and teach less classes. In the next training, I'm going to walk you through how to make money as a fitness instructor without teaching more classes. So if you've already tried teaching more classes and growing your classes and raising your prices and all that jazz, and you still feel stuck, if that's where you are right now, the next session is going to give you a whole new way of how to think about your career. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.